Watch the first 9 episodes of Rescue High Surf now.
We need everyone at the top of their game.
Rescue High Surf returns this January on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex saline from Fix.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is wow? Sinex? Breathe.
Mayor Stanton's office, please hold.
Just tell the mayor I need 2 minutes, that's all.
As I told you before, his...
Hey, I don't like how we left things back at the loft. You're the one that left, Carlos. And I'm not gonna back down. Okay, it's my little brother. Carlos.
That's blood.
Detective McGregor. The attic's bleeding.
The attic is bleeding.
The attic is bleeding.
I'm sorry, what? Somebody got shot up there.
Up there.
Being held captive.
Mm-hmm.
Police, come on, put your hands up!
Wow.
Okay. Sir. We need paramedics up here now. Sir, can you hear me? We're gonna get you help, okay? Hey, sir. Who the hell
Who's
is
that?
Mr. Grimes.
Who?
Mr. Grimes
It's my dad's missing CI.
is the guy that was...
Oh
my God.
Black Friday tips event is November 25th
Wow.
to December 1st. Score even more savings on the deals you desire. Get ready to shop Walmart Black Friday deals, November 25th to December 1st.
Hey, Meta, which of these shots should I take?
You have a few options. Try to hit the yellow ball.
Hey, Meta, take a video.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. Venture X earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Hey, Chief.
Hey, how's that shoulder?
It's a little sore, but I'm fine.
Any word on Nestor?
Still in surgery. How about from Detective McGregor?
Yeah, two of those rolling nines y'all picked up already confessed, so they're good for Julio's murder.
What about my father's?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you, Daddy.
Hey, Doc. What do you got?
Mr. Grimes is out of surgery.
Is he awake?
No, he's still coming out of anesthesia, but I'm afraid he's lost a lot of blood. He's on the verge of organ failure.
Are you saying he may not wake up?
That's right.
Well, we sure appreciate it if you'd let us know if he does.
Well, at this point, dying might be a mercy. I believe those sons of bitches left him in chains for over a year.
Yeah, me neither, but he was their money guy. Probably knew where all the dirty cash was and could afford it.
This doesn't make sense. We finally found the person who had given me some answers about my father. Only two of us.
He's not lost. You gotta keep faith. Oh, my better half. I'll be right back.
Hey, speaking of, how come you didn't introduce me to your husband?
That was him, right? Good looking paramedic back at the house.
Good looking.
TK.
Oh, hello.
Sorry. I would have, but I'm in the middle of the thing. No worries.
Look at him. The way he's looking at him.
So what's the doctor's little brother?
I think he's, yeah,
Which is noble.
I already knew.
He's sweet.
Me too.
Sweet.
The pretty ones are usually the ones
He's adorable.
like both sizes.
Alright. Too much unfinished business. Yeah, everybody always says having kids is the best thing in the world. It's not true? Oh, it definitely is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, you'd be surprised what you don't know about me. Thing about kids, though, boy, they take every bit of you that's not nailed down. So anything that's left undone is probably gonna stay undone.
Today marks an historic achievement. After the City Council ratifies this budget, we will restore Austin to solvency, just as I promised when I ran for office. What is happening?
We object.
You object? Captain Strand, this is neither a wedding nor a legal proceeding. There's nothing to object to.
We object to the treatment of Captain Tommy Vega, who's been denied life-saving chemotherapy because it's not covered in our health care. Captain Vega has served this city for over 2 decades and is responsible for saving countless lives.
So we're just here to make sure you guys step it up and save hers.
And our hearts go out to Captain Vega. But as I said to Captain Strand...
Yes, I know, it's a lost cause. But oftentimes those are the ones worth fighting for.
I'm sorry, but my team has been crunching the numbers for months.
And so has my team. There are some things in the city budget that I think your constituents would love to hear you explain.
Captain Strand, now is not the time for this.
Nancy, you wanna lead us off?
Mr. Mayor, your proposal is 904 pages, and you printed 50 copies for a room full of people that have computers. Multiply that by 36 city council meetings a year, and that's well over 1 million pages.
Yeah, not very green of you, sir.
Trickular!
Throw in premium toner, and that's almost $100,000, which could go a long way.
Enter X earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy, and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips, and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your world?
Cut it down to just leave it.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency.
Number 1, please. No cheese. And then can I have it animal style? And then can I do it with no pickles and no tomatoes? And then can I add chopped chilies? And then make the burger well done and the bone extra toasted? Do you want them to wipe your ass?
So you'll have
Look at this. That's absolutely fucking hilarious. This is how I feel. Look, come here.
Right.
Read this. This is how it is.
He was a cop. But he was my friend.
He was mine too. I believe what happened to you could be connected to what happened to him. You agree? Lester, hey, stay with me. What are you trying to say?
I'm fine.
The 5. What's the 5?
I'm 5 CIs. 5 snitches.
5 snitches?
From different range of cases.
Wow.
All got burned.
What burned who? Give me somebody else. Slow them out, give me like. Ranger?
And he told me, be careful. I'm worried I might be next. And he was right.
Did he tell you anybody to watch out for? Did he give you a name? Did he give you a name? Lester?
He's gonna die.
Lester, did he give you a name? Lester?
No, nobody.
No?
Or if he did.
Lester, did he give you a name?
Oh. Si lo dijo, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looks very distraught. Very very wow. Okay, wow.
But we don't know yet.
Not yet.
You okay, son?
Nester's dead. Oh, damn. Did he give you anything?
Listen.
Camel.
Him.
No.
Fuck. Y trabajaba con él. Te dije desde el principio. I told you.
Oh
I
my
fucking knew it.
god.
What about the app?
Fucking knew it.
Wow, went all in on gold. Homes.com. We've done your homework. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Did I miss Black Friday?
Oh, I'd never let you miss Black Friday. It's only the best shopping day of the best shopping season. Plus, I can't curate all these great deals on great gifts by myself.
Well, I hope you got some sleep too.
Oh, the gift guide never sleeps.
Really?
I'm actually very tired. This holiday season, let Macy's be your guide to gifting.
Getting together? The bold Louisiana flavors and satisfying crunch of Popeye's wings are always the right call.
Ay, so.
Okay. You're gonna go to work, right? Tomorrow?
You saying, am I gonna go?
Yeah. I'm gonna work tomorrow.
Yeah. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep then so I can take Tita.
And then when I'm done, we can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at 6. The thing is at 6, no? You're gonna be back by that?
If I start, pues si entro a las 11 or 11:30, I get off at 10:30. Pero hay tráfico.
It's in Brentwood.
It's in Brentwood?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be in Concord.
No, I got it in the Brentwood one. I couldn't find the Concord one.
Ma, Brentwood where? Brentwood where? It's inside?
Brentwood on Nice.
So it's inside? So
I think so, but I don't know. It's called Brentwood on Ice.
Huh?
What's your emergency?
Hold on. Oh, it's the pilot. Oh wow, see if you imaginas, this started with the redhead lady.
That's true.
Híjole. That's so weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm gonna text my work and let them know so that when they see it in the morning they can
Let me know what time. Can you put YouTube for me, please? Cotita is still awake.
Muchas good nights.
Just las good nights, mami.
Love you. Good nights. Please,
Vimos.
go.
Sí.
These are my socks.
Sí, mami.
Mama.
Hey.
No, I wouldn't have time.
What?
These pants are dirty.
¿Cómo se nos olvida?
No, ¿cómo?
Ah, we didn't know that you were there.
Pero tampoco I found out today that I'm gonna work.
Yeah.
If in the morning you're like up at 9, if you could, but
Ponlo ahí en la...
right. But otherwise, it's okay. Just do one, and then the other one goes later.
Okay. No, mami. Rest. Love you more. Night. So, mamatitas.
but instead I walked into my local Best Buy and I hired a couple people. Obviously, when I was a teenager, I didn't know what a background check was. I hired a couple people there that wanted to help me make videos. One of them was a person named Delaware.
This offense, however, has been criticized for downplaying the severity of hiring someone with a criminal background, especially involving minors, given the channel's younger audience. To make matters worse, former team member Jake the Viking claimed on Twitter that Mr. Beast and his mother knew about Delaware's backgrounds before hiring him, a claim that Mr. Beast firmly denied in the interview.
I did not know he was a registered offender. There's a rumor that's gone around that said that he sat me and my mom down and told us. Obviously, I don't remember that happening. And when I read that tweet, the first thing I did was like call my mom. And I was like, hey, did this happen? Because someone's claiming this happened. My mom said, I would have literally quit or honestly probably shut the business down before I ever let my teenage son hire a registered offender knowingly. Which,
following this, Mr. Beast would take accountability for hiring him in the first place and express his regret for doing so.
I take accountability. Yes, if I go back in time and tell teenage me, hey, you're supposed to be background check. 19-year-old me, he started retention charts all day. He obsessed over YouTube videos. He didn't know anything about running a business.
While Mr. Beast cleared the air regarding the Delaware situation with clear evidence and accountability, the allegations didn't stop there. Another accusation against Mr. Beast revolved around a bruise displayed in his home, which viewers noticed was created by the controversial artist Shadman. The poster featured a cartoon girl holding a fidget spinner and a gun, and it was reportedly hung by Ava Chris Tyson, Mr. Beast's former employee and roommate. When asked about the situation during his interview with Uberville, Mr. Beast explained he had no knowledge of Shadman or his reputation when the poster was put up.
Back then, I used to have like a bunch of anime posters up on the wall. I could just like set a foundation for content. We used to have a bunch of anime posters and things like that on our wall in the house. And one day, Eva put up this poster that was like an animated character.
Jimmy clarified that the poster wasn't purchased or commissioned by him, nor did he give it much thought at the time, because it blended in with other anime posters around the house, including ones with shows like Naruto and the Code Geass.
I wish I could give more details. I mean, this was so long ago. Obviously, I don't know the like exact thought going through my head, but I just remember, like, I agree, this is a little bit of a weird poster, but I also think, like, you know, I had like Naruto posters up, or I had like Code Geass posters of like random animes I used to watch. Like, you know, I never like reverse image search Google, oh, who made this Code Geass anime poster that's sitting on the wall or whatever. I don't.
Something we just don't really use it that much. It's just like a thing few and far between. But what I really don't want is people to not be able to trust my videos, just because occasionally I want to make a wall blacker, or like I want to extend a set a little bit just to make it look cooler, and like you feel in tune with it. Because what we do on its own is insane. You know what I mean? Like we don't need it. You know what I mean?
One specific example fueling the CGI criticism was an accusation that Mr. Beast used CGI to make it seem like he built a hospital in a Beast philanthropy video. Jimmy admitted that there was an editing error in the video's opening, where a hospital was digitally removed from the shots, meant to show the before state of the location.
Honestly, truthful, dumb mistake. At the start of one of our Beast philanthropy videos, they were trying to show what this like building looked like in the past. And in the past, that hospital wasn't there, so they removed it in the editing. Which, and this is just like a small part. This isn't even like the point of the video was that we built this hospital or whatever. That's just a shot at the beginning. But some people saw that and like thought we did build it, which is not the intention. And so it's just a dumb mistake. Like trust me, when I saw that, I talked to the editors. I was like, come on, like, you know, I have 100 editors, and obviously we have a bunch of different channels and things like that. So it's hard for me to like speak with all of them, but it was just a really silly mistake. We never said we built that hospital or anything, but I could see how some people might trying to like give off that we were.
While Mr. Beast took accountability for this error, he also addressed the structure and mission of the Beast Philanthropy channel and the negative effect it had.
My YouTube channel. How do I say this part? It's like I'm not trying. Like, is literally owned by a 501c3. Like, it's a YouTube channel that is a non-profit, which is crazy. Like, as far as I know, it's the only one. And Beast Philanthropy does so much good, and like that. You know what's the only reason people. This is what's funny because like the people like trying to call me evil and say we fake philanthropy. The only reason anyone even knows me is because we actually did a behind-the-scenes video on that video. So like clearly, I wasn't aware of this because we did BTS and we were the ones who revealed this information. You know what I mean? So like, if we were trying to hide things, like we wouldn't have done BTS on that video. That's how people got this information. So it's just like a little mistake, but it's sad because now people are using that to point at our Beast Philanthropy channel, which does a lot. I mean, we'll just scroll through the videos. I mean, whether we're building schools in Africa or, giving electricity to remote villages, or we're giving clothes to people who don't have it, or we're feeding people. I mean, it does a lot of really good projects. Now, truthfully, that channel is starting to get brand deals because of all the slander on it, because everyone, has convinced advertisers that the videos are fake and that it doesn't actually do philanthropy. And it's like, it does. It's just like one little editing mistake on one of dozens of videos. Like,
Mr. Beast also responded to allegations made by former contestant and employee Jake Weddle, who described his experience in one of Mr. Beast's challenges as inhumane, even using the term war crimes. The accusation was stemmed from a challenge where Jake was tasked in staying in solitary confinement for as long as possible to win a cash prize. When addressing the allegations, Mr. Beast first detailed the setup and the rules of the challenge.
we built a room in our studio, and then the challenge was every day you live in this room, you win $10,000. And then it was like kind of like a white padded room. There's like a pool table, a bed in there, bunch of other items, blah blah.
Mr. Beast emphasized that each contestant experiences challenges differently, citing the 100-day isolation video as an example. In that challenge, participants were offered the option to turn the lights off at night in exchange for a portion of their winnings. However, the contestants declined, saying it wasn't an issue for them.
100% how something's going to affect someone, right? So, similar to the Waddle video, I just want to lay the foundation before we go specifically to that. Similar to that, we also did a video where we put did you see the video where we put two people in a room, Bailey and Susie, 100 days trapped together? So, one thing that Waddle struggled with was the lights being on. He mentioned that in the video. But Bailey and Susie, on day 20 of 100-day trap together, I offered to turn the lights off for the prize pool, and they said no. And like the light wasn't. I mean, I'm sure it was difficult, but it wasn't like that big of a difficulty.
Petty drama too. She recently made and then deleted a TikTok responding to a video of her ex-husband Ryan dancing with another woman, calling it inappropriate, while she's literally having another man's baby with his name on it. So,
So, I want to address a little comment that I made yesterday on a video. I'm sure all of you have clipped it and screenshotted it and seen it. So, if you're live and you're watching, go ahead and clip this portion of the video. I want to explain why I put the comment that I put on a video that I've seen of Ryan dancing with a woman. I want Ryan to move on. And it's like, I don't talk about Ryan in my lives because I don't want to. Like, I don't have to, I don't want to. I have lots of other things to talk about. Yesterday, when I came across this video, for the last, I want to say, couple weeks, Ryan has increasingly come back on my nerves. I mean, he was my husband. I can say that, okay? And we are still technically married. So, I think it's completely normal for people to go back and forth with each other in little tit-for-tat ways. Okay, we are not, I'm not going to say we're on bad terms. We're not on good terms. We're just on terms. When I seen the video, I was not jealous. I am happy for him. If he wants to go and dance with a million girls, if he wants to go to this club, cool, I'm happy. I don't care. Like, I want him to find somebody, I want him to be happy. But what I am disappointed in is society.
Now, Gypsy Rose and Ken said the pregnancy wasn't planned, and not that a baby isn't a gift. It's just a very sudden gift, and her fans seem to think so, but many of them also seem to forget
despite the fact that Gypsy Rose and Ken's relationship predates her marriage to Ryan by quite a bit of time. And I'm not gonna, yuck anyone's yum. Gypsy Rose seems happy, and love looks like spending time and feeling your complete self with another. It's so cliche, but it gives you wings. But she has said similar things about Ryan just months ago, so who bloody knows? It doesn't even matter. If we are to believe that prison rehabilitation is doing its job, then she's legally, technically served her time and can now have a somewhat regular civilian life, and she can get knocked up with the best of them in maternal bliss.
When I found out that I was pregnant,
The Venmo Cash App on the screen for your post. Gypsy Rose doesn't have to use it, but she does have links to her Amazon storefront, which especially given how deep you use her child. For charity donations. Is there a factor of manipulation here, whether intentional?
On the night of June 12th, 1994, and let's just walk through them.
Well, first of all, this is very difficult for me to do this. Very difficult for me because it's hypothetical. I know and I accept the fact that people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel. They're going to, whatever they want to feel.
Gypsy Rose and Ken, Arthur's child, is due in January 2025, and one thing that's a growing concern is since Gypsy Rose has been monetizing her family does she intend to become a mommy blogger? Is there a possibility that Gypsy Rose may do as many family channel has done and use her own child as content for a source of income? And why does that sound so familiar to the story? This is kind of the generational cycle inside. There's not just cycle of abuse inside the relationship. And there's a cycle of generational trauma and abuse. Pattern behaviors that one child takes from their parent, grows up and in turn behaves in a similar nature. It's not a guarantee, of course, and we won't know if Gypsy Rose is going to vlog her family, even though the reality show is, it's kind of the same thing. But the bun is still in the oven. So we don't know. We don't know.
But you have to make sure that you protect, you love, you take care of, and all of the things that I wished I could have had when I was little.
Rose ever started making family vlog type content with her child or continued the reality show. Number one, yes, family vlogging is a very slippery slope to child exploitation, just as the very brave Sherry Frankie, who recently gave a scathing statement about the evil of family vlogging after what she survived from her mother Ruby Frankie. But also, content lives forever. Think about it. No matter what, that innocent child will forever be haunted by the criminal actions of her mother in some degree.
You will have to have a conversation with your daughter. You're a long way away from that, obviously. What thought have you put into that?
That conversation is going to come up someday, and how do I want to address that? How do I want to handle that? And I feel like when she is of the right age to understand, we are going to sit her down together. And also with my dad and Chrissy, we have a lot of support there, and we're going to explain things in a way that's not overwhelming, but enough to where she understands where my life is at that time. But also, that's what it's so important to also write my story and then take it for herself and see that, I'm not this monster.
If Gypsy Rose starts making content with her child, navigating fame and fortune is going to be complicated for anyone when the court of public opinion so easily sways who she's a hero.
I'm gonna set up for it.
I think eventually her child is unfortunately going to get in the possibly start up a friendship with. Did you say Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian and Gypsy Rose joint forces on the latest episode of The Kardashians. Kim, who is studying to become a lawyer, said in episode 8 of the first season that she wanted to see what Gypsy Rose wants to do with prison reform.
Aside from how bizarre it is to see them in the same room together, Gypsy Rose appeared on an episode of The Kardashians to have a totally not at all staged conversation about prison reform.
For a really long time. Really? So, like, I wouldn't really meet with someone that I feel like can make an impact just for like, the sensation of the case. Right. I recognize that like you can make a big difference because you can really what you go through and how you can get through it.
In case you haven't been keeping up with the Kardashians, Kim's latest side quest in life is to get a law degree and become involved in prison reform. And honestly, I don't know how you feel about them. We applaud a woman who is extending her education. It's not an easy thing to do. Now, she hasn't passed the bar yet, more so the baby bar, though I hear that is a one bitch of a baby, so, you know, applause.
I received a notice that I didn't qualify for one-on-one therapy. Wow. Do you think that they would want to set you up and give you all of the tools that you would need to be as mentally stable, to be as healed as possible, to come home into society? Why wouldn't they set up all of these programs? It always blows my mind. Just the simple fact that she didn't have therapy while she was in prison. You know, and I think that ultimately we want to bring people home that are rehabilitated. You also explain some of the difficulties facing reality TV. It's been a worldwide issue. Unfortunately, we are living in residence, and they're pressuring us to move, and I won't have the option. I think it's the system is just it really is. I want to bring awareness. I want to be the person that I wish I have, right?
Now, Kardashians aside, Gypsy Rose is really bringing up some great points about the lack of access to mental health services and the lack of focus on rehabilitating incarcerated people. Even when released, the impact that a felony has on one's record, particularly in the U.S., is devastating. Sometimes for good reason, sometimes not. As Gypsy Rose mentioned, it's hard to be approved for release, but it's also tough to pass the background check needed for a job. There are no federal laws that explicitly prohibit employment discrimination based on a criminal record. However, there are some limits to how much a criminal record may be considered. A number of states have enacted laws that prohibit arbitrary bans on employment applicants with criminal convictions. Gypsy Rose is obviously facing challenges navigating life on the outside. For the average person with a criminal conviction or felony on their record, I can only imagine how much more difficult it would be to get back to normal, because especially in the United States, there's a new normal. Actually, you've been incarcerated, and for Gypsy Rose, she's never had a normal day in her life. And she's about to have a baby 1 month after getting together with a guy, and they can't even live in the same house right now. So, yeah, normal.
I'm doing my best to try to make my family proud. You know, there's an internal battle going on inside because I know that I did something wrong. I face consequences, but I feel like still condemned.
Oh shit. It's okay.
Maybe Kim is right. Maybe living a normal life is the advocacy. After all, Gypsy Rose served 8.5 years in prison and says that she's now rehabilitated and ready to live a new life. And isn't that the goal of our prison system? And then also, I'm so curious, would there be any type of like prison reform and rehabilitation efforts and like advocacy for Nick? I mean, she orchestrated and asked him and said that she needed him to do this to get her free. But then also said that, you know, if he was a real man, then she wouldn't be in something, and meanwhile, she might be taking. What I can do is hope that everyone involved in this story gets the help and the healing that they need, and that this coming baby, this beautiful gift of joy, is surrounded by love and given a fair chance at it. I truly hope that's wrong. Poor child, I am exhausted. I think we need a bit of a kitty cat cleanser, and then I will conclude with my final thoughts. Grab your very own brand new pieces from the Unbroken collection and the Valid Ribcage collection by tapping the link below and in the pinned comment. I am so excited about this new collection. It just means so much to me to be able to share pieces with you that truly come from my heart. I'm designing these pieces with one goal: to create a positive, empowering reminder that no matter what challenges any of us face in life, no matter what those look like, that there can be something positive. No time is so broken and worthless. Life is chaos, but the truth is nothing can break you. You are incredible, beautiful, valid, and
Unbreakable.
worthy. No matter what you look like, no matter what you do, through who you love, or what you want to do in life, never forget that. I really came to that realization with everything going on. Yes, it was painful. Yes, it sucked. But the very fact that I was able to feel it meant I was still fighting, and I was still pushing through. And that
You got this,
means
mama.
we are unbroken, and that we're pretty cool. We're pretty cool people. And yeah, I just want some positive stuff out there. Yeah, so you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both linked below. That is where I post most often on my polls and check in on life and post opportunities to be featured in upcoming Swoop docs. I also started with Blue Sky. It's the Swoop, so if you want to follow me there. Follow tales from my last doc, The Down Public Lake Library, and the It Ends With Us, The Disasters. That one goes deep, deep, deep. So check it out. That's linked below. For shout outs to Uncle Pop Rights, who says, I was waiting for the doc to drop when everything was going down. Still, even if I a few things regarding
God is so good to do that every single time. One day, I'm going to preach about getting rich, strong, healthy, and finding a hot wife that loves Jesus. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just kidding. I told you I shouldn't be here today. I shouldn't be here today. He holds both of his hands up like he's surrendering, and it's kind of, the whole congregation laughs. But maybe it's a slightly uncomfortable because there, on his ring finger, on his left hand, is a wedding band. Pastor JP is talking about finding a hot wife that loves Jesus when he's already married to his wife, who is also very active in the church. It's weird. It's humiliating for his wife. It sounds like he wants a new wife as he wants a new wife. It sounds like he's being a little serious, but he's trying to laugh. Yes, it rubs a lot of people the wrong way, as it should. But that's not even what makes these sermon videos circulate all over mainstream media and on social media. It's not until Pastor JP gives another sermon. Pastor JP is standing in front of his congregation where he says in this high-pitched, shaky voice, I got to know you, okay? I spent time with her about 4 times this week, and each time it still didn't hit me.
I thought she was going to wake up. You know, I even tried to raise her from the dead one time this week. And,
This sermon is from his wife's funeral after she was found dead in a national park. A sermon Pastor JP gave on how he had to resurrect his wife from the dead because he couldn't believe it. But in that sermon, he fails to mention that she was in the process of separating from him. She had alleged that he groomed her since she was 15 years old, that he was allegedly having an affair with another woman from the church, and a long list of allegations of abuse that have been made against him. That was omitted from the sermon. This is the case of Micah Miller, and everyone wants to know, what exactly happened to the pastor's wife? We would like to thank our sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Tango to support Justice for Micah's GoFundMe. Her sister Sierra Francis has taken on the full-time job of managing the family's fight for justice. This GoFundMe campaign serves to assist the family with legal fees as they fight to get answers in what could be probably very long, complicated judiciary and investigative process. All the GoFundMe information, where to donate, they even have t-shirts where the proceeds will go towards supporting the family. They have engraved bracelets, memorabilia, a gallery wall, tape lines, any and all of that information will be in the description. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team. We would also like to thank our listeners for your continued support as we work on our mission to be real. As always, post on our email about RottenMangoPodcast.com. A few quick disclaimers on today's case. Everything covered in the episode is what was available at the time that this episode was filmed. The investigation is still underway, meaning almost anything can change. We will do our best to keep you updated with possibly in the comment below if there's any major updates. However, we do
trying not to. He's just kind of warm. I'm be very vulnerable, so just bear with me.
Are you on your period? Why are you so vulnerable?
Despite what he just said and the way he said it, there's still no real truth in his face. I think, you know, he's and there's kind of a little bit.
I contemplated giving up paparazzi.
The way he said that, like it was the worst thing he could have given up. He just got done telling people that he was gonna unalive himself, that he wanted to unalive himself. He just got done saying some most vulnerable shit that like any human goes through, and admitting this kind of stuff is really hard. He just got done saying all that, and he's like, and that little bit of and. Just the way he said it, he's like, it also sounds like he's like, he's like, putting paparazzi. He's not
See, I always wanted a destination wedding because those who actually matter wanted to take the efforts and be at the wedding would be at the wedding. So
I mean, honestly, that is like small potatoes compared to what we're talking about here. But that is such a selfish mindset, right? And we're really gonna get into how selfish Hunter truly is. I didn't mention, obviously, I'm sure I put it in the video. This is obviously Hunter's ex. It's that one movie. Sorry, I think it's pretty clear, but yeah, this is his ex talking about all this. Not the ex that I'm in contact with. That was the ex from before.
I had a lot of questions of Justin, what happened? What happened in the relationship? What happened in the marriage? You guys were perfect for each other. Like, I don't understand it. Show people. Social media portrays a lot of false narratives for a lot of people in the world. And it's a way for people to hide things that we're going to discuss today. I have proof and backup. I say that I take screenshots of everything, especially the situation that I was in. So everything we're going to talk about tonight is actually, it can be backed up. So let's just start from the beginning, right? July 4th, 2020, the person slid into my DMs on Instagram. 2 months later, we were moving in together in Franklin, Tennessee. Okay, and that's where the story started. And I was in the first 2 years of marriage.
He just found out today that they moved in together after knowing each other for 2 months. And I think earlier, I think Kurt said it, but they ended up getting married like 2 months after that. So they had really only known each other for like 4 to 5 months all together before they got married. And not together or anything like that. I'm not even run it blind right now. I am somewhat obsessed. And there are some couples on that show who are still together to this day. And I'm so happy for them. I know it can work, but I think probably an irresponsible relationship path, in my opinion. We're all losing our minds. Do we not forget where we were in 2020? Like, all of us were like so invested in this person. And yeah, I think this is just an example of, like, not to judge any relationship or anything like that, but you don't really that fast.
This individual went through some challenges while we were in this relationship. I just know what was happening to people on social media. So I found very clear that probably wasn't 100% accurate because I saw the things that were told to me that, you know, if you are in a relationship with someone, it's very hard. And there's a lot of things that they need to that you go through. In the last year and a half, I went through a lot of pain from trauma that it just makes you feel like you're in denial and you grow closer to the person that you're in a relationship with.
This goes back to when I covered Kelsey Ray, because she was always saying, like, I'm a skater narcissist, blah, blah, blah. And I remember seeing a lot of people in my videos being like, you just run around calling people narcissists. But honestly, I don't really believe that anything that Kelsey Ray says. But in this instance, and I don't know this guy either, this Justin guy, from what I see, looking at everything I know about Hunter, I absolutely believe that he's a narcissist. Now, obviously, I am in no place to diagnose anybody, but just from my outward observation, I can see it. I can 100% see it. But that's just my opinion.
And boom, it's as easy as that. Just sign up and download free cap.
Individuals love to make the world think that they live this fairy tale perfect in their head. And I laid a
I prefer that they live in like a normal area. Because once you start getting a big house, and then applies to real life also, when you have that much space, it gets overwhelming for me anyway. I, as a single person, don't know what I want to do with anything over like 2,000 square feet. Like, what are you doing with all that space? If you have two people, just a lot of red flags to me up from the get-go.
Now, we live in Franklin, Tennessee. We were close to it was great. We're all very conversating and friends. But the time that I enjoy spending with my friends is myself. And we have very different relationships with our friends. Being a narcissist, I don't know if you've ever had a best friend relationship last over 10 years. Best friends are always back and forth. And I firsthand saw how he treated one of his best friends that was very important in all of his life. And he selfishly convinced me that even though that I knew he was wrong, he convinced me that they were. And these are the most phone calls that I made when I was 19. Because those people were very important. And those people had done a lot, not only for him, but for us. We exited their lives at a very tough time for one of those individuals. And that wasn't fair. And it's one of the biggest regrets that I'll work with. But I speak with them now, and they've been very supportive. And the time that I've got less and less because he's very jealous. And a lot of people brought that to my attention, and I always was like, no, that's not the case. But I was like, look back to the time we take friends and things like that. It wasn't just attention, it was addiction. And how do I outburst on vacations? Of course, he begged me to do him.
Man, that's real love. And I even said in those videos, like, this is not unedited. This is like manufactured shit. To be a spouse, and I haven't even said it yet. My job. So he had to give up some, personal vacation time to be able to go to the you got to watch anything from the paparazzi convention. The idea of coming up like a week vacation to one of these things when you're not even attending it. Look, these conventions are stupid. They're wild and they're stupid.
To support him, to support his team, and to support the people who find out about it. Therefore, what does that mean? I use a lot of time off. Is that really what I was using time off for? No, it's about vacation. I work in the vacation industry. That also is less time that I have time to take off to go visit friends and family. It's selfish, right? Let's talk about all the nights that I cooked dinner after working all day while he sat around and did nothing all day, played with his plants, made blankets, did this and that.
Played with his plants.
I can count on less than one hand the amount of time he ever took dinner for me in 4 years. How often do you think he offered to clean up the kitchen after cooking? Not very often. But then would complain when he's too tired to walk away somewhere or stay up late at night. Now, as I say, and such, the dog after he got to the home, because he started with a couple of times we had a couch and she go to you and started throwing the bar stools at the bar and looked at him and said, if you want to talk to me, call me back. Later on, the timeline, the show video where he screams and yells at me. And he got mad at me that I had told other people that he could be very tired.
Now, I'll put this out here first before he gets to it, because he'll say this later, but obviously this is So he's gonna show us a video, like an audio recording later of Hunter admitting to trashing it's easy to talk about this from this guy's perspective and what he's saying over anything that Hunter's probably ever said because it's what he to back up.
So I would go and visit his mother and family and stuff when his mother was very disrespectful story that I was going to surprise you with things, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And we were yelling and screaming, and we were scheduled to see him later that week because we were late. And he was so pissed. He had a 3-tier necklace on with a 2 chain. He got so keep in mind, you're about to see a picture of my room. If you won't see this, but I want you guys to see the look that it is.
This whole thing was pitched to me by the person who made the video. Her pitch to me was, this guy is accused of assaulting his ex with paparazzi jewelry. Actually, let me read word for word what it said. Oh, it's a voice message. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna play the voice message that was sent to me describing it, and that's pretty much the only proof I have of this having been a piece of paparazzi jewelry that he assaulted this man with. Yeah, I'm gonna decide the voice. People can easily find out who it was who sent me this, but yeah, I'm gonna use the voice record just to protect this individual. He told me that this welt was caused by a piece of paparazzi jewelry, which is fucking wild. The idea that he could just rip off jewelry that is made by paparazzi makes sense since that shit is cheap. I mean, they sell it for $5. Like, if that tells you anything about the quality of the jewelry. Justin here in the video doesn't explicitly say it was a piece of paparazzi jewelry. I think it's easy to assume that it was a piece of paparazzi jewelry since this dude is a top seller of paparazzi. So we all know that allegedly paparazzi jewelry has been found to contain lead and other harmful chemicals, or not chemical, what would it be? Whatever, like cadmium, I think. What's the other one? I don't know. They had metals. Metals that are bad for your health have been found to contain paparazzi jewelry time after time. Like, a lot of pieces have been found to contain harmful things. So that can't be good. Wow. So yeah, hopefully, I'm not going to be blurring this because I don't think it's that graphic, but I feel like it's something that you guys need to see. Insane. Insane.
They did it on 2 months. Okay.
2 months.
Not a violent person. Okay. So that was situation 1. So that was July 2022. Me was a one-off, right?
The other thing too that I was wondering is like, was that shit closed or was he like walking around with it, you know? But like, if that belt happened to do his clothes, like holy shit, how hard did he whip that thing off, you know?
It won't happen again, right? I never experienced this in a relationship. It'll be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Right? So I think. Okay? We get married, kids in, we do all this. Everything's great. We planned for the capital vacation in January time, we went to public with a lot of friends. And we had a very high rate in March of 2021. And was making very good money. That's why we elaborate for the couple of years. I don't know. But we didn't have a lot of money. So you had to have that.
Sorry, my hair's really greasy. I haven't washed it in like 4 days. So.
We knew we were going to get married now to have the wedding. So the fall was great, right? But then the commission check started to dwindle down. One of the reasons that I asked for separation is because there was financial responsibility going on. He never told me the finances. I've never done that, and probably never will. And just for the record, he's very that he wants to go back and report. I never once in 4 years asked the individual for 1 cent. Not one. Not 1 penny did I ever ask. And you all, there was times, I kid you not, that I would have 25 cents from my wedding after all the work. And I might have to make that last 3-4 days of the wedding.
I'm going to turn my protect counts.
Should ever ask him. I was always honest with him. If he wanted to go out and eat, I would say, I cannot afford to go out and eat that. Now I am blessed that I am not in that situation today. I've not always been in the situation that I'm in today. But I've always been honest. I cannot afford to. Should you want to do that, just keep in mind that you will have to cover the expense. As I was very honest with everything, if you want to live in our challenge, telling you they're going to go back and file. You better make sure it's filed. Shame on you. Because just because they don't want you to pay their taxes then doesn't mean they're filed. So, you go to get divorced, and you all file taxes together. Or married and single, you're still taxed together. You could be on the hook. You could be on the hook and not get the divorce. When I was thinking about the divorce, the first thing is knowing that he owned a business success. Everybody's happy. Most of the jewelry, I mean, a lot of it gets put out, and a lot of it didn't.
Oh yeah, so he's saying that the storage unit got bought out, so they had to bring everything back and they put it into his garage. So I guess they were kind of poisoning themselves, allegedly, every time they went into the garage. They're willing to park cars in there. I don't know if it's enough time, it's probably right. Yeah. Anyway.
Because I, at one time, decided I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't happy. When I lived in Franklin, Tennessee, I hooked him up. Did you like the comment section for the second time? Guess who put all 4,500 pieces of jewelry in the description of the system? This guy right here.
4,500.
Guess who put in every piece of jewelry every day for new relations? This guy right here. Guess who put in Tennessee when he was lying and being sold, etc.? This guy right here.
And that's after I wonder if, like, the thought is, like, oh, we're just selling jewelry on Facebook Live. It's so easy. It's, like, it's a fun time. It's a fun job. It's fun. Like, it's a hobby. Like, I get paid for my hobby. Like, this is $5 jewelry is my passion. It's like, not this guy. Hunter gets to just, like, go up on screen and be like, who wants to buy this? Who wants to buy this? And he's making Justin do all this after he already just got done working. Justin made it sound like Hunter is sitting at home all day playing with his plants and making things. I think he's also a florist. Like, he used to be a florist before he was a paparazzi distributor. So he, like, makes flower arrangements and stuff. I mean, yeah, you know, that's a cool hobby, I guess. So Justin goes to work, Hunter plays with plants, and then Justin comes back from work, and then does all the actual work behind the scenes. Hunter just gets to sit there and show jewelry to people for a few hours. Instead of playing with plants and making blankets, Hunter, all the jewelry and put them all on a common table. Didn't know how to tell you. It's the system I like. Do you see any of these MLM distributors, distributors use common sense? But where you're like, okay, I'm selling this, so comment one to buy this, and then they'll comment it on Facebook or whatever, and then they get sent. It makes it hurt for them or something like that. It just like makes it easy so they can shop while they're also watching Facebook Live, and then I think at the end of it, it like sends a message to that person to start, and then they can go through and place the order or whatever. Like, I think that's how it works. But that's what common sense is. Basically, all the paparazzi distributors use it. Anyone who has an online business that way, they use common sense.
So I'm selfish, right? Days when I have work to do. Evenings when I'd rather just sit on the couch and enjoy the whole thing. Because let me tell you something. Being a white collar worker can be just as challenging as a worker. Different levels of exhaustion. Okay. It's exhausting for you to do all day with your screen.
Hard agree. I was just talking to Lucy about this. My friend, say hello to you. I brought it up while she was live streaming and talking about how she was kind of like overwhelmed and stuff. I'm like, people don't understand how stressful streaming is. Like, it sounds really easy to use like a camera and record around and get coffee with it, but you're managing a lot of things. It's a bit overwhelming. Especially when you have like sensory issues and stuff. And not saying that he has sensory issues, but like I get overwhelmed really easily. So that's why I'm like, if I live stream over like 3 hours, my brain starts physically getting tired and stuff. Same thing when I'm editing. Obviously when I'm editing, I'm by myself, so I can do it longer. But by the end of the day, like if I have been editing for 6 to 8 hours, like my brain is so fried, like I can't remember what I ate for breakfast. Just staring at a screen and just like mindlessly doing work. It's exhausting. It can be like, but it really is mentally exhausting. I'm already at home working all day just like this guy is. I also chase around the toddler, which is he is being sleeping downstairs right now. Oh, that's my boy. See, he's so great. I love you. I think he should go and sit in a chair and look at screen all day. It's hard. And so this guy does that and then is done working and then has to do more. He doesn't get to do the fun stuff. Selfless is what I would call it. I don't know how to do it. He's in good now. We all know what we know about him.
I was still expecting all of those stairs to Tennessee home. Almost 2 years. Where's he been? Taking a break in time for him while he gets several $1,000s a month just by buying the lowest amount of jewelry he possibly can. He cares about and does for him.
No, I think with Hunter, he cares about theatrics and putting on a show, and that goes back to him ripping his shirt and drawing all over his face. When Justin said earlier that he likes to be the center of attention, I absolutely see that. 100%. He wants to just have attention, in my opinion. That's what I see. I think we owe him more. I don't even remember like how I got it. I think it must have made sense to me. That whole private paparazzi group, where I think he's training his team. Consider training. He's sitting up here and being like, I don't even remember what he was like playing about. Just like shit. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Me. I'm sick of this. Rip my shirt. And you know what? I want to be homeless. How is this training? Like, even when he was training his team, he was just putting on a show and ripping his clothes off. Which, by the way, was pre-COVID. I think maybe people were like commenting, like after I posted the video, people noticed he had like pre-COVID shirt collar. He's landing. Rip his fucking shirt off. The dude is not in the same plane of reality. And I think it's becoming more abundantly clear. And I also think that this kind of behavior, this kind of showy theater, I think it's really common with MLM leaders. Saying and doing the craziest shit possible. Hunter just does it like to a crazy extent. Because once you get to a certain point where I don't listen back because that's not Kristen like, but if like your face is not rearranged, I would have had enough. Like I honestly think that the mindset that MLM put people in, and probably especially even more today, since the industry is kind of going downhill in an extreme way, I think is causing like that even when MLMs were on the rise, I think just that mindset does damage to someone's like psyche, you know? Anyway, I'll stop laughing.
Week, day. What are you going to write today? What are you going to work with your team? It doesn't take that much. Give your team 10 hours a week. Go live 10 hours a week. It's not that hard. Show up for your customers. You're losing your customers because you're going everywhere else. Your team is team because you're going everywhere else. Sit back and think about this.
That's another thing with paparazzi. If you guys remember, again, it's been a while since I talked about it, so it needs to be refresher. According to Tracy Reed, who was a friend of mine, or is still a friend of mine, but she was a EP winner in paparazzi. They do like a reward thing every year at their production where if you buy a shitload of inventory, you get rewarded with a shipping, which means you get to take a piece of paparazzi jewelry and like design it so that's your own, and then they just like sell it for $25 or $20 to $25 instead of regular $5. And it's like, I'm this EP artist, you're like, oh, like people know who you are, you're an EP creator or whatever. Tracy was one of those people. She told me that when she was a paparazzi distributor, I think she said like 75 to 80% of the people who were actually buying some jewelry on Facebook Live were other paparazzi distributors. So what happens is, allegedly, I don't know if they do this, like doubtful, but allegedly, the elites, the people who are owning a bunch of inventory on the big screen, get access to purchase certain pieces of inventory before everyone else. Which means they get all the shit, then they open up inventory purchases to the rest of the consultants, and they're kind of like there to like scrap, you know? So then what they do to freshen up their inventory is they go to the leaders and buy their shit to put in their shop. They're still buying it for $5 each. They're buying and then reselling for $5. They're not making any money. As a matter of fact, they're choosing not to do that. It's probably more expensive than if they would buy straight from paparazzi. But they do this because they're like, well, if I have fresh inventory, people will buy that inventory, but then they'll also stick around and maybe buy some more of the inventory I already have. And then I'll make a profit that way. Like, that's the idea. So what Justin is saying here is like, Hunter wasn't really surprised. His team and the thing is that according to Tracy, most of the customers in these paparazzi lives who are buying that jewelry are other paparazzi trying to flesh out their company. That's what Tracy told me. And I'm pretty sure she said that in the video. I'll have that link down below as well. Really eye-opening interview about her time in this company, and it is wild. 200,000, well,
escape. Save up to 20% off with Hilton's Season to Stay sale. Hilton.
Sfhenska Clinical White with 2 shades whiter teeth, 24/7 in-stitching protection.
When people are depending on you, 2 years is not a dead period.
His business crumbled because he could not justify anymore, and he wanted it all. Nobody wanted to get the help he was given at the time. He never did anything in his home got married. Right? You're right. I was miserable. I didn't have my family and friends. I did not like the person I was married to. And I didn't really his hands down on the table and said, "Are we just going to ignore the elephant in the room?" And my mom said, "What is that?" And she said, "The look he gave her is scary." And he stood up. Oh yeah, let's go tables. We had cast iron, or like the wrought iron tables and chairs that a lot of his work was on. And he stood up to the front and flipped his head. And he stood up and shoved the table. And it hit my neck.
Hell no.
I'm gonna tell you, if mine was coming up to me, she probably would have died. Not gonna say shit like that.
I mean, that would be assault, right? Someone should have done something. Like, if you're out of the door, there's probably security or something. Who saw this and said, that's fine? He obviously was making a scene, you know?
That same day, we got married. I went into divorce. We wanted to go home. So I found him. At one point, he was over and putting his hand on me. He lost his life because of the certain narcissistic person that we don't have to get involved. And, you know, we talk about it. And I think we can have to get the new button called it to the room. You. So you're out from the you might get to it. I'm confused. What She always told us we first signed a 3-year lease. If life changes, because that's what we just talk to us, and we'll work a way for you guys to get out paying next year. She told us this. So we get on it. He was so worried about telling me that we were separated and what was going on. Crazy. I 37 is way over. They put the thing down that I was told to the house to be split on one end of the A terminal and all the way down to the other end of the A terminal. And I was starving and I could tell you what food I had. I could tell you what I was wearing. What bags I had with me. Everything. The PTSD from all the food. Respectfully for you, so continue to lease it in May of 2024, gave you 2 full years of the lease, and this was in February, and this is plenty of time to get a new tenant in the home to replace the tenant. We talked about all that. She agreed. I said, I'm done with this conversation. I promised everything that needs to be accomplished. Since you like, it wasn't even Russell's responsibility to do any of this. I can't even do that. It's like he's probably one of those people who can't even call a doctor's office and make an appointment, you know? No judging, because I'm sure there are people with legitimate reasons why they're free to do that, like neuroemergency and stuff like that. I get it. But with Hunter, it just seems like he's just not an adult. Like, he's just a child, a grown-ass toddler who has everyone else doing everything for him. Figuring out the situation. Come on.
There was a post on an
Roth would float around the Japanese art scene. Sometimes Yuki Matsumura would introduce him to a few other artists.
My gallery's in Chile, opening up another one in Hong Kong in February, a third in Bangkok in March, and Istanbul.
be intent on maintaining his anonymity. He was described by someone as a Japanese painter. I think that's probably a little generous, but his manager turned out to be Ryan.
Nuke has to remain secret about his identity. With the people that were targeting us, him, but it reflected onto me, with the death threats and things like that, then there is no possible way in the world that I would ever suggest him to ever, release his real name.
Here's the photos. If you could just talk us through what you're looking at.
He was very friendly, he was quite charismatic. He came across as sort of quite posh or like a well-educated, wealthy background.
What would you think if I told you that actually he came from a travelling family and he was pretty much brought up by his single mom?
Well, I'd be very surprised to hear that Ryan came from a travelling family. That's very far removed from my image of Ryan. Very quickly, we became friends. That's a very nice photograph to it.
Ryan and Sheena were estranged for quite a few years. She was his mother. So regardless of what he was doing She just wanted some contact, and she never heard a thing until he needed something. He either wanted to send over some food parcels or clothing because all the sizes in Japan were just too small for him. He was always wanting something. When Sheena sadly passed away, it was so sudden. Nobody expected it. She had always been a very healthy person. When we heard about the funeral, Ryan actually turned around and said, well, I'm so busy working at the moment, they're going to have to delay it for 3 weeks. And then when Ryan did turn up, he was in the UK, got a hire car, drove down to Sheena's house. So what happens when we turn up? Ryan's already inside. He's going through a big stack of paperwork that he's found. He's looking for any evidence that Sheena might have some money, bank books, rifling through all the paperwork. Never saw any emotion at all. He was playing the poor son, he's just lost his mother, but he couldn't find any bank books or statements or any cash that Sheena had anywhere. That's all he wanted.
When I first met Ryan at a party, sitting across from me was this very good-looking guy and this extremely beautiful Japanese woman. He was presenting himself as sort of a businessman. He said he had like some art galleries, a guy with his fingers in a lot of different pies. Was this guy a millionaire? He's got income stream left and right. And we started talking about starting a coffee company.
Hello, my name is Ryan Ross, and I'm the founder of Malala Coffee. Malala Coffee is trying to do something different in the coffee industry. We want to be the most ethical coffee brand in the world, so that when you're buying coffee from us, you feel good about yourself.
He's a very idealistic guy. He wanted to make money, but at the same time, do something good for the world with the company. Or, that's what he said to me.
After the farm,
Ethics and practice at the UN. They want to use the coffee business model for many other things. Do you know any of the following people? DiCaprio, Clooney, Matt Damon.
You have the gift of play. Scratchers from the California Library.
We spent a lot of time, the two of us on a little motorcycle. I'm driving, and he's like on the back. I know so little about coffee. What do you call a place that produces coffee? Like a beanery or something? But we would go to places, and we would talk to them. We did a lot of talking.
As well as new investors, we had to give it a lot. Another wholesale group in some country that wanted to distribute this.
I did feel after a while we were sort of cosplaying businessmen. We had all the finery, we had all the appearance of it, but I was willing to overlook the fact that this guy maybe exaggerates things because, every friend has flaws. Also, there's a possibility that we become billionaires someday.
Rock was getting investors in him, and he was also selling pre-orders of the actual coffee beans to various cafes, both within Thailand and abroad. Rock managed to steal about $300,000 to $800,000 US with Malala Coffee.
If I had had a significant amount of money, I would have been tempted to invest. I did invest in Malala. I invested my time, a lot of my time.
I started to lose faith, and eventually, when you start to bring in a lot of, hey, if you throw in some money, you get like 3 times the return, I started to realize that this sounded like a Ponzi scheme.
Roth actually roped Yuki into feeling that this was sort of
Hong is a passionate coffee farmer from Vietnam. Sadly, farmers like Hong normally get pennies on the dollar for their coffee. We at Kabu & Co. are closing the gap between the farmers and buyers by providing a global marketplace for the farmers to sell transparently.
the idea is fundamentally Malala Coffee all over again.
To solve poaching, you have to increase farmer income. People don't generally associate smallholder farmers with surfing. So once you can increase their income, then you're creating taxation. And once you have taxation, you create education.
So you've got this essentially catnip for investors, an idea that will poverty or the environment. It appeals to a lot of people's sort of targets for social contributions, but also has the angle of, but we also try to profit.
The increase in farmer income. Once you do those things, you're going to be able to live a much better place.
Ryan Roth's email had an auto signature, and I quote, "Ryan will lift 1 million people out of poverty in his first year." And that's how he ended his own emails.
The way that Ryan often introduced himself was, "What's your passion?" It's like a politician going on tour, and he would really sit next to you, be incredibly interested. You were the most fascinating person in the room, as if he was someone acting a role who this was his job at the moment to like hook you in.
I mean, he must have thought it worked.
Well, apparently it did on a lot of people, particularly women.
He talked 5 hours about himself. Only him talking. I'm listening. Yeah.
Ryan's favorite activity, talking about
Yes, yes. He is really good to know how to sell himself after 5 hours. I trust him. Then we become friends.
He would first tell you about his project in the first meeting. The second meeting would be like a phone call or a text or an email, and then let's have lunch. And then at lunch is when he would go for the ask.
He started showing me a company called Kabul, showing me how serious he's doing this. But then he said, I had a difficult now. I'm stressful because I don't have investment. And this project I needed to push on, blah, 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 blah. Then I remember quickly he told me, said, Yuki, you want to save the world, right? So how about I do it for you? He told me that. Then finally I tell him, said, hey, Ren, I actually have some savings. Maybe I can help you. I have 90,000 US dollar staying at my bank. He said, give me all. Don't worry, you just give me all your money. Then I have a second month. I think maybe this is not safe. I said, Ryan, I'm really sorry, but maybe I cannot. He was pissed. He's really angry and yelling to me and shouting at me. Said, you ruined my whole business. Because I already told 7 potential investors, and it was so important because this is my reputation. So he gave me this huge pressure. So I said, okay, I still invest you. He said, you don't need to worry about anything, you just need to trust me.
He would ask me for cash quite often, and also to introduce him to people that I even had cash. There was one point, this couple of months, where he had massive momentum, and he was getting lots of money, a lot of people signing up and investing in this project.
But then Ryan started to get quite aggressive in his fundraising conversation. It was like he was quite consistent about finding investors, and then the story progressed to the next level.
Well, he kind of went off the grid at that point. I would get called saying, don't you know anyone with money? So he was just trying to think of all different ways to get money, which the project was already funded to my knowledge. You already have $5 million. I understand why there's this desperation. It didn't make sense to me. With a long disappearance, had a coffee in Chengdu. He seemed quiet and deflated and submissive. The act was wrong, you know? And he was just created a Sunday. Like, he just couldn't put that suit on that day, you know? Which was uncomfortable.
to everyone?
Yes, I think Ryan Roth is watching this show.
Ryan, I hope you're doing all right out there, buddy.
You are Pacific. Okay? You are really, really Pacific. And you are people.
Everyone's complicated. Everybody makes mistakes when they're 20, so I just hope that they could just let them change.
At sea. Along the way, there were 3 failed marriages and many accusations of infidelity. Chaz moved around a lot and filed for a string of bankruptcies as he did.
We've got somebody who has an inability to self-regulate, somebody who's always looking for excitement, somebody who's immature, and somebody who is very emotionally fluent, is very warm and charming and open. Put all those things together and you get somebody who is going to move from woman to woman very readily and it's going to appeal to a lot of women as well, so it's easy for him to do that.
But things looked like they were about to take a turn for the better in the life of Chaz Higgs. Was he finally ready to settle down?
By 2002, after the breakdown of his last marriage, Chaz was living in Nevada. He had seemed to be a bit more stable.
He took a number of medical qualifications and in 2002 received his state nursing license. He got a post at the Sunrise Medical Center in Las Vegas as a critical care nurse.
He was living in an RV, but he seemed to be moving towards an actual career by now.
Had Chaz Higgs finally found his calling? He seemed to take to nursing like a duck to water. But it wouldn't be long before he was putting his medical training to more nefarious uses. And his new wife, Kathy, would be playing the unfortunate patient.
He would have much less important than Chaz Higgs is now.
The descent to murder had begun in the emotionally charged atmosphere of Las Vegas Hospital's critical care unit. The Nevada State Control had met the charismatic, handsome nurse, 8 years her junior.
Senora, would you like to join me while I eat? Hmm.
working on cold fusion. No, I got it. Watching Star Trek. And laughing at the physics and stuff.
Actually, there aren't that many scientific errors in Star Trek, especially considering how long ago it was made. There are certain improbabilities, but not that many outright errors.
Right.
Hey, Morgan? Do you have dreams?
Nobody.
I'm sorry?
I guess nightmares would be a more accurate description.
So it's keeping you up?
I used to get them occasionally, but lately it's like I have them every night.
What are they about?
What do we do? Do you have them?
Reed, I'm not sure if I'm the right person for you to talk to.
Why not?
It's just, did you ask Gideon about it? You should.
Hey, watch once everyone in the rest. That's when I do.
These almost never come on time.
Good for you.
My name's
I
Henry.
don't look like it. Well, then, good for you, Henry. I'm Mel.
Like the letter? That's a different kind of name.
Heard all my life.
It's funny. Your whole life. You're with the FBI, right? That must be exciting.
It has its moments.
It's dangerous too, right? I mean, you have the killers and things, really bad guys. You ever have to shoot?
Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. Vraylar is not approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or...
Do you believe in God? Aggressive, Mike. You're one of the FBI agents, aren't you?
Is there something you want to tell me?
Do you think God is vengeful?
I don't know.
You don't think he punishes us?
After Hurricane Katrina, I read some essays by religious scholars. One writer said,
Taken, stomach, liver, now the heart. It was thought to be the seat of the soul, one time or another.
He drinks their blood. So Huntsman drinks his victim's blood.
He believes he's encountering the divine.
Wait a minute, none of this explains why he took the kid.
Well, the son made the victim into an angel. Maybe the kid's a messianic figure.
Let's just hope he doesn't feel the need to sacrifice him.
You stay here, Charlie. I won't be long.
You reached the home of Annie, David, and Charlie Stewart. Please leave a message after the tone and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
David, it's Maggie. I'm so sorry. Why?
soon.
Now, none of the neighbors saw anything.
Well, we talked to Miss Wade across the road, nothing, and the maintenance aren't even home.
All right. We need a 24-hour watch here at the other crime scenes too. Now, Agent Hodgson, I need to be very clear here. Right now, all we've got is some theory about a religious delusion. I mean, how the hell do you explain that?
Sometimes disorganized killers return body parts to the grave sites. It might be nothing. It might just be a way for them to manipulate the body even after death. But it may also be an act of remorse.
Even in the most extreme psychotic episodes, there are variations in lucidity, degrees of insightfulness.
I'm coming out of a delusion. Just killed someone, drank their blood.
And I'm starting to feel bad about it.
Where do I go?
Sheriff, how many churches are in this town?
Gentlemen, this is the Bible Belt. Maybe 15.
I would post an officer at every single one. Call in auxiliary cops if you have them.
All right, you got it. Long, get on the phone with me.
4 churches in 4 blocks. Ever feel like you just stepped into Mayberry?
Maybe it was like trying to kill on it around.
There's that. Hey, Derek. Does that look like it's 72 people to you?
What's that Whopper? You created these showstoppers, crunchy, saucy, tangy toppers. Can they beat the OG? Have it your way.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur and can help right away with face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
I recommend La Roche-Posay body cream. 1 application a day keeps very dry skin away. 48-hour hydration. Helps repair the skin barrier. La Roche-Posay.
I'll spend the rest of my life with you. Are you ready?
Made for the one. Made to tell your love story. Made to last forever. Made to shine. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Himself out a week ago and then found his way home.
What was his name? Thanks. How is it having Gideon around?
You can have it back whenever you like.
Hey. Dude. Okay, you're way too tense.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You got anything?
Yeah, Mrs. Mays definitely has obsessive compulsive disorder. Her house looks like a home decorating catalog. You?
I checked every nook and cranny. All these bedrooms, fireplaces, nothing. No evidence of murder, no sign of the boy.
As a matter of fact, I do. When do you prove yours?
Mrs. Mays, I understand that you may want to do everything you can to protect your son, but that little boy may be dying right now.
Would like to help you. I really would. But right now, I've got to see about my son.
I think it's better if you stay here. She is definitely lying. I don't know exactly what she's lying about, but she's lying.
You don't think she'd let that boy die to save her son, do you?
I don't know.
She drives a Cadillac, right?
Yeah.
They got GPSs in.
So
let's go see where she's been.
it's got every stop she's made and how long she spent there.
Yeah, these things can cause more divorces than the next one. Hey, look at that. That's interesting.
She stopped at the same place on Route 3 like 6 times.
Yeah, let's get Mary and take her to the spot on Route 3. We can tell her that we're going to visit Eddie in the hospital. How long have you lived in Huntington, Mary?
All my life. My ancestors have been there since the late 18th century. Of course, I went to school in Virginia, but aside from that, right here. This is not the way to the hospital.
Oh, I've got to make a quick stop first. Where did you go to school?
High school, St. Catherine's Hall. College, Sweetbriar.
You were a Sweetbriar vixen?
Ah, you know Sweetbriar?
My mother went to Mary Baldwin.
She's from Virginia.
Manassas.
I visited both St. Manassas, and I know where your mother's from. Are we driving out of town?
Mary Gwathmey Mays. Gwathmey's an old Tidewater family, isn't it?
Where we?
Honestly, I can't tell them apart. You should talk to Danny.
10 inches long, 15 inches
One of his
wide.
friends come in here. His
I need to
girlfriend's
know the
here
measurements of my computer.
Is he here today?
Hold on.
He's supposed to come to work after school, but he called in sick.
What's his last name?
Wallace.
I'll have Al check at the school. Phone number?
How am I gonna know which
He wasn't there, so now I'm at his girlfriend's house. Okay, I'll call you back. Samantha, I'm with the FBI. Can I talk to you for a minute? Where are your parents? Working. What do you want? Well, you didn't go to school today, Samantha. Neither did your boyfriend. I'm sick. Can I ask you something personal? I think that something might have happened to you. You want to tell me about it?
I don't remember.
What do you remember?
He took me someplace on his motorcycle. I remember waking up. I was naked. I was all beat up. And he was there. Above me. Holding me down.
Who was?
Danny. I called the doctor earlier. I couldn't hear. Hello?
Samantha, listen to me. Don't hang up. Do you hear me? Samantha!
What do you want?
Someone's there. Who did you call?
Why do you think someone's here?
Don't mess with him, Samantha. Don't do it. If you say anything.
Come on.
Come with me. You're gonna call 911, and as soon as I leave, you lock the door behind me. It was near his girlfriend's house. Hillcrest at Maple and I can't see the other cross street. Yeah. Danny Wallace, stop! FBI. You put your hands on top of your head. Off the bike. On your head. This isn't what we had in mind when we sleep slow today, is it, Danny?
You want to tell us about Saturday night?
I didn't do anything. Samantha doesn't know what she's talking about.
A lot of people saw you together at the cafe on Saturday night. What did you decide to do, Danny? Dose the cold milk so that nobody would know that you just wanted to roofie your girlfriend?
That's not true.
Sex was an issue in your relationship. She told me about it. She wasn't prepared to give it up, so you decided to take it.
Oh.
She had bruises all over her body, Danny. You hit her.
Well, I didn't mean to. She was freaking out, punching me. She was on something. I was just trying to help her. I was just trying to hold her down.
She was hitting you, but you still had sex with her?
No.
Not enough, Danny.
Well, it was after. After we did it. We fell asleep when she woke up. She was seeing things.
What things?
Look, she was on something. And if it was acid or whatever, I've taken that. You give that to someone without telling them, it doesn't exactly set the mood.
Kid is right about that. If he wanted to slip a girl a date rape drug, why did he give her LSD too?
This boy seems too scared not to be telling us the truth.
So Samantha was just the 8th victim, and the boyfriend working at the cafe was just a coincidence.
But even so, there may be an explanation why the two drugs. LSD to hallucinate, or hypnol to forget.
Forget what? What they were hallucinating?
How they got dosed.
And the unsub's covering his tracks. Much too organized for a high school prank.
And there still hasn't been any kind of ransom demand.
Which rules out the extortionist.
Or any visible political group or cult in the area.
Which rules out the true believer.
And leaves us with the Avenger.
We can give him a profile.
We believe whoever poisoned these people was motivated by revenge.
The randomness of the victimology. Average people in an average-sized town. All points to a local resident.
We know that people who poison for the purpose of revenge primarily act alone.
However, he may have manipulated someone close to him to assist him. The unsub usually disposes of these accomplices when they're of no further use to it.
The unsub is likely a cautious, deliberate, and highly functioning male between the ages of 35 and 50.
He chose LSD for a reason. LSD is about altering perception. We think that this unsub is striking out because he feels that he's been inaccurately perceived by the community or a subset of it.
He feels that these attacks will affect and alter a reality that he is caught in, that he perceives to be unjust.
He's so self-centered, he believes his victims will know the reason for the attack and who did it.
This individual was savvy enough to use Rohypnol to obstruct our investigation, erasing the memories of the victims of how they were poisoned.
Hold on. If this guy believes that his victims know who he is, why is he covering his tracks?
Because these victims aren't his primary targets.
We know from precedent that this kind of offender, the Avenger, tests his weapon first. This attack was a test run.
Test run for what?
We don't know yet. What we do know is this is not the first time he's aired his grievances. While it's not likely that he has a criminal record, it is possible that he has filed criminal charges or pursued a civil action against his perceived adversaries. And now to measure the results of his test, he's watching.
And he wants to see the results of his test. Once he has them, all those years of pent-up rage will be unleashed in the form of a larger attack. Profile indicates a lot of people could die.
That's right, Steve. Neighbors became aware something was wrong when a local Beechwood restaurant closed early. From inside sources, we learned that representatives of the CDC began testing food in...
Put it down. Put it down right now. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. We are FBI. I need everybody to remain calm, but there may be some contaminated food here that could make you sick.
Please put down whatever it is that you're eating and drinking, and please just take it easy. We're going to be coming around asking you some questions.
Is everyone going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the CDC's here with 3 dozen doses of antitoxin. We're gonna make sure everyone gets some just in case. Whoever may have gotten sick, we should have caught it in time. The punch tested positive for botulinum toxin. About a dozen of the partygoers reported symptoms, but they've all been given the antitoxin.
Thanks, JJ. I'll call you back.
Bye.
What is it?
You're right. That makes sense. Well, why didn't Hill take his own life when we had him surrounded?
Guys, I think we have a problem. I've been looking over the victim reports. One of the victims that was originally dosed was severely diabetic. And he hadn't taken candy from the candy bowl at the bank. All the victims were there, we know that. But how are they poisoned? I started looking at the security footage. We know Lynn Dempsey replaced some candy from the bowl. Look how close that jar is to the deposit envelopes. Now watch this. See that? Her hand is directly in the stack of envelopes.
So you think the envelopes were poisoned as well as the candy?
As Lynn Dempsey was dying, she kept saying something like, the end, the end. I think what she was saying was the envelopes. I mean, what was it that Hill was actually testing? The Rohypnol, the LSD?
The delivery system.
Exactly. Botulinum toxin and LSD are the only two substances in the world toxic enough to be effective in doses as small as 1/1000th of a gram. Small enough to fit on the blue strip of an envelope.
But the CDC didn't find any evidence of poison on the envelope.
For detectives, this is where the investigation got interesting. The footage you are about to see was provided to us by the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office via the FOIA request. The detectives start by providing Tyler with some pizza. Getting on the good side of the person you're interrogating and playing nice is a great way to lower their defenses. And as every cop knows, being arrested really works up an appetite. In addition, they decide to give Tyler a heads up that there are cameras recording him. The cameras that recorded him on the day of the crime, however, they're keeping a secret for now.
Okay, I don't know if Detective Francis told you, but everything in this room is recorded. Did you see an audit room? The cameras are recorded.
And again, Tyler, Deputy Strand read your Miranda rights. Do you understand those rights, correct?
Yes, sir.
And with those rights in mind, you're okay to answer a couple questions for us? Okay, thank you.
And you can, we can talk in between bites and whatever you want. You said you were hungry.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we appreciate you wanting to talk to us. Do you know why we want to talk to you?
I have a pretty good feeling about the whole Peyton Mulrine thing. Peyton Mulrine. He's been one of my best friends since we were like 7 or 8 years old. So.
So did you guys go to school together?
Yeah, we went to school together. He was like right around the corner from me in Pullman Circle.
You guys in the same grade?
I think he's a year older.
How old are you?
23.
So you hang out every day or what?
No, we just started hanging out again maybe 6 months ago. He asked to borrow money about maybe a year ago, and he asked for 40. I gave him 60, being he's trying to be a decent friend, and he blocked me on Facebook the minute he drove out of the driveway. So when I saw him, I understand. The guy he was in at the time was a total junkie. He did a lot of heroin, and he got into it. He got too.
To say that Peyton got into substance abuse pretty bad is an understatement. By 2020, Peyton had been in and out of prison for essentially his entire adult life. His charges ranged from addiction to theft to support his addiction. His first arrest on record is 2013, when he was just 18. He had additional arrests and convictions in 2014, 2016, and 2018. His arrest in 2014 was for driving with a suspended license and theft over $1,000.
What this is all about is why me and him ended up falling out pretty much, because he didn't make me aware of what he was going to do. Riley said he said he was going to go and meet up with a gal and say he's gonna rob her. And
Can we take a break? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you go back to, like, give us some times and dates? And just keep in mind, we've got warrants coming in on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All that stuff. So we know a lot of what's going on. We just want to give you the opportunity to be truthful, okay? So can you go back to maybe Friday night, where you were, and would have been Friday night,
I want to say, so Friday night, my fiance and I got into a date, and I ended up leaving around 12, like midnight, maybe 12:30, I'm not sure. I went to his house, over to Peyton's house, and I was there until yeah, she came and picked me up, and I went home. Her and I went home, lay in bed with our son, and I woke up around maybe 7:30. And Peyton had came and picked me up from the room, and we went back to his house. And so we got there probably around 7:45, 7:20. Sorry, not. Oh, sorry, I'm getting. I woke up around 8. It's hard to do without having my phone, but Courtney, I never told Courtney this because I didn't want to freak out on him, but I went back over there because he was freaking out. He was freaking out bad, and he.
I'm sorry, Peyton picked you up from your house on the res?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time do you think that was?
I want to say around. I was back right after Courtney picked me. Right after Courtney was woken up. I know she woke around 8 or 9. So between like basically 7:30 and 9 o'clock is when I was picked up by Peyton and brought back to his place. And just from my house on the red to his place, I hate snitching, I hate doing any of that, but he told me that they did follow through with the robbery or whatever, and he was just freaking out, and I could tell something was off.
If Tyler hates to be a snitch, then the Pope isn't Catholic. Unfortunately for him, Peyton has no problem being one when police ask who was in the car that night.
Hola, mamacita, love yous. Que descanses.
So you're on the front passenger seat, friend's driving, and Tyler's sitting in the middle? In the back. Tyler's in the back. Okay. So you guys are all three together. And Tyler, you said Tyler tased her at some point during that? Where did he tase her at? So, I mean, that's when she fell. That's when she got tased?
We started getting tased for a good minute. Doug said no saying nothing. In a drive, that's when he tased my lady's car. He didn't tell me where they were going, but I just.
Was it just the two of you?
Yes, just the two. And I told him that I wasn't down. I was not down for that. I told him I have a baby. I told him I don't want to spend any time behind bars, you know. And him, I think me bringing up that I had a baby kind of kicked him off a little bit. You're not going to help me out. And he can't respect me and my wishes, you know. Like, there's no reason for me to even be here. And I don't know if he just needed to get some sleep or if he needed to like.
So did you call Courtney then?
No, he had him drop me back off.
Tyler claims that the morning after the murder, Peyton showed up at his house and picked him up. After, the two returned to Tyler's house, where this completely real and not at all made-up interaction took place.
Well, he told me that he tried to give me the same bug. I told him I didn't want it because I knew he obviously wasn't. That was just told me he was gonna do. Well, because he didn't have any money before. But he wouldn't give me any details, and then it wasn't until like I saw the first link that.
Tyler, we know what happened. Again, if you want to start over, might be the best.
The detectives should probably have one of these on their desk. They have yet to play all their cards, but the little that they have revealed has Tyler spiraling. In order to get as much of the truth from him as possible, detectives approach him gently.
Anything like this. Not at all. Was it more Brent's idea or Peyton's idea?
I don't know Brent. I've never met him, but I mean, he was pressing Peyton to continue, like, well, like, we're not going to turn around. Maybe Peyton didn't have enough. I'm not sure. And this is my opinion. I don't know what the reason was, and I don't know whose idea it was between the two of them. But at one point, Peyton was saying, no, you know what, maybe not. Let's not do this. And Brent was like, dude, we're all the way up here, man. Because none of us had money. Like, you're gonna owe me gas money, this, that, what you. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess it was.
You guys already there at that point in the park?
On the drive up, yeah.
This is where Tyler and Peyton's stories start to line up. It's important to note that the two have been friends for almost their entire lives. They may not covet their friendship enough to leave the other completely out of the story, but from here on out, they work as hard as they can to make Brent look like the bad guy. But the police know better. In Brent's testimony, he told them that Peyton and Tyler had planned the kidnapping together, and officers had evidence that that was the truth.
I mean, everything was going fine. The gal got out of the car. She went over to Peyton's window. They were talking. I think they were smoking a little bit.
Did he ever give her any of that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him toss her a bag.
Okay. Did it look like an ounce?
It didn't look like an ounce. And I think that's when Peyton said go. And then the driver's like, what? He's like, go. And then the driver sped off. And the gal jumped on the truck. Jumped like on basically on the passenger side. And at one point, it was like kind of in the center of the hood, center of the vehicle, and then it was like a.
She's not on the running board. She's on the hood of the car.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's like coming out of a movie. And then, the dude slammed on the brake, and then kept going.
Okay. Then what happened?
He didn't stop.
What did you hear? What did you see? So she's on the hood of the car. He slams on the brakes. What happened then, Tyler?
He kept going. He never stopped. I turned around and I could see the girl, and she was trying to sit up. But she wasn't dead right there. She didn't die from just getting ran over. But nobody would stop. Yelling at Brent to stop. I'm begging him, pleading him to stop. It's not my gig. That is not my. And decided to keep on going. And me and Peyton were both agreeing, like, hey, she's not dead. She's not dead. And it's like, no, I know she's dead. I ran that over this, that, and and I swear to God, I almost started strangling Brent there. I was like, dude, she's not a dude. She's not just some bitch. Like, I don't know, he's a sociopath or what.
Were desperate to turn around, and Brent was trying to silence them.
Did you talk about turning yourselves in? Did you talk about talking to the police?
I did, because I told.
Well, a lot of people aren't in your situation because you got a child.
Yeah, well, I told him exactly that. It's like, just put yourself in. I told him I wish he could try and put himself in my shoes because he's not a kid or a kid. You know, didn't have anybody really. And I don't know. And now he and I both did not expect that to happen. But also, the driver had a lot more control. And
Well, that's what we're wondering. Like, this driver
one thing I read in the report was that he said he wanted to stop and he wanted to make sure the job was good. That was bullshit. I really, I was like irate when I read that because that is not true. That is the farthest thing from the truth. He kept going. He did not even hesitate. We both said you can't leave her. You can't leave her. You know, and telling us not to open our mouth, not to be a snitch. Nobody's gonna know.
Anything else you think we should know about it? Anything that was said, anything that might help you out anymore?
I don't really know anything else that helped me more than thanking her, you know?
Can we also clear something up on, we keep hearing about this taser that's being used.
A taser being used? No. I did have a taser, but I did not use it.
Because she does have 2 taser marks right here.
There's no,
Looks like taser.
yeah, no, the taser was only brought out and because I was sitting, she's here on this side, and I'm over here, up here on this side, and all I did was in the air, and it scare her, yeah, well, because she was hanging on, and he was setting his feet up fast, you know, but, yeah, I wouldn't want a lady to fucking kick my ass a couple times, and I'm not the type of man to
Isn't taser in the car? Because I think should we tow it? I think we towed it.
In the Honda.
The Honda.
The Honda.
Or the car that we were
Oh, from me?
An hour ago.
Oh, and say what? No, it's not in the car, no. No.
Is that your personal taser or what?
Yeah, that is not. I mean, it's still at home. I could give you guys that. But
I felt for me to be a survivor has become a beautiful gift. I believe that I can share it with others. After the cabin had burnt, we went and rebuilt it and made it even better than it was before. I can remember my dad, he would say this to me quite often. He would say, Lene, I know lightning strikes. He says, but lightning never strikes twice in the same location. And I would find great peace in that. Sometimes, if I ever would have fear, I would just hear my dad say, Lene, you're going to be safe.
It's fabulous. We love it. We need to do a hike before I go down. We actually go up there and enjoy family and friends. We play and we relax. We bond. You know, they're not going to take away from us the things that we love and we enjoy in our life. They took our mom. They took our grams. But that's where it ends.
The cabin's magical. The cabin is healing.
When my father was diagnosed with cancer, our whole family came together, and that last 6 to 8 weeks of his life were so absolutely incredible.
He pulled me aside, spent about an hour and a half with me, just me and him. He probably gave me one of the greatest compliments I had in my life. And I'm still just a touch uneasy about it. That I knew Lene would be okay, and that he could go. Because
he knew how to take care of her.
I feel very much so that this experience has changed me as a person. I choose that it's a part of who I am. It's my life story.
Because there's always demons behind every door. And if you let the wind blow, then the demons ain't there no more. Just let the wind.
What we experienced together, that created a bond that obviously I couldn't have with anybody else. And I'm glad that we were there together. And I couldn't ask for more.
Let the wind blow. Let the wind blow. Just don't let the wind. Don't let it blow you down.
When you switch to LG electric products and appliances, the results pretty much speak for themselves.
Buy one, get one French fries from McDonald's. Only on Uber Eats. Order now.
This is where it all began, right?
Yeah, this is where it all began. April 23rd, 2018. I received a call that a body was located off of Highway 98. I come over to this area, and approximately here was about where the head of the body was at, and stretched out across the ditch with the feet facing in that direction. She had bruises from head to toe, covering her entire body. She had lacerations on her face, stomach, legs.
So this woman suffered before she died.
She suffered. I've never seen anything like it. It was extreme violence. Extreme violence, overkill.
Who did something like that?
At the time, you don't know. And what you worry about then is, are they loose in our community? What type of individual am I dealing with? Or individuals? Is there one person? Is there two? You have a million questions that you can ask, but you have no answer.
And Curtis continued to chase his dreams as well. In 2005, while still at the state's attorney's office, around the Loveless house here on Kentucky Street say that in the months leading up to her death, they have had loud and contentious arguments between Corey and Curtis. By many accounts, both were heavy drinkers. And in this small community, it was known that at times there was a tremendous amount of turmoil in their home.
I knew that she wasn't taking care of herself.
Corey's family acknowledges she was suffering with an eating disorder, bulimia.
I was aware of the bulimia, binging, the purging late in the day. Corey was an alcoholic, and unfortunately, so much of alcoholism, all of alcoholism, is not pretty. It's ugly and brings out oftentimes the worst in people. And it was something that she struggled with.
You said you drank. Would you describe yourself as an alcoholic?
I do describe myself as an alcoholic, and I stopped drinking.
Was Corey's death a result of her alcohol abuse? Gibson contacted Dr. Jane Turner, an assistant medical examiner in St. Louis, who agreed with Keller's assessment that Corey's body had stiffened, a condition called rigor mortis, which only happens over an extended period of time.
In my report, I stated 10 to 12 hours. Rigor mortis develops maximally at 12 hours.
And it was the position of Corey's arms that led Dr. Turner to the theory that Corey had been suffocated.
What did you determine would have caused the suffocation?
Well, with the position of the hands, it suggests that there was an object between her hands and her body. And it appears that there's a pillow missing. So I suppose that a pillow was used to suffocate her.
Turner theorized that the pillow had not been removed until much later,
her hands,
after Corey's arms had frozen around it, that her dead body had laid in bed all night. Gibson and Turner's theory of murder was a very different account than the one Curtis Lovelace gave police. Curtis says it all started the weekend before Valentine's Day.
She had become ill. She appeared to have the flu.
Curtis insists Corey was very much alive that morning.
A vivid memory is her coming down. One of the kids needed a pair of pants. She wasn't feeling any better, and we made the decision that I would take the kids to school.
4-year-old Larson stayed home while Curtis dropped off the other kids. Larson would later tell police that on that morning, he couldn't wake Mommy up. Frightened, he waited at the top of the stairs for his dad. By 9 a.m., Curtis returned, and that's when he found Corey dead in their bed.
What was your reaction?
Just utter shock. In fact, I'm not even sure how I reacted. I know what I did.
Oddly, Curtis did not react by calling 911.
What I saw was someone who didn't need help. I just saw my wife who had passed away.
Lovelace says at that moment, his main concern was to get his youngest child, Larson, out of the house. At trial, Corey's mother, Marty, testifies that Curtis brought him over to her house, which was just around the corner.
Sometime after 9, Curtis knocks on the door, and he asked if I would watch Larson. So I take Larson.
So yes. You didn't turn it over? I did not.
But Gibson testified that he never engaged in any intentional wrongdoing.
Have you ever intentionally deleted or modified emails to manipulate an investigation?
No.
At this time, we call back when
Lovey calls to the stand his own noted pathologist, Dr. William Oliver, who was on the O.J. Simpson case. Oliver had no doubt how Corey died.
It's my opinion that she died of the complication of alcohol withdrawal known as acute fatty liver.
My family owns a beautiful cabin in Oakley, Utah. The sound of the river, the horses that are down in the pasture, the birds, it's absolutely heaven on earth to me. My mom had given it a name, Tita's Tranquility, because of the serenity and peace.
The cabin was an awesome place to go to. As a young child, I loved going up there, bringing aunts and uncles and cousins. The cabin was about 2.5 miles off the road. You have to snowmobile in during the wintertime. It was an escape from the world for our family. It was winter of 1990.
I was 20 years old and my little sister was 16.
It was Christmas time. We were off for the holidays. There's a large Christmas tree with lots of gifts around it.
I have great memories of spending Christmas with my mom and dad. My mom even had our Christmas stockings hung under the fireplace mantel, ready for Santa to come. 3 days before Christmas, our family had to finish up our Christmas shopping and head back up to our family cabin. My mom and Grams and I arrived at the cabin first, and my hands were freezing. It was a bitter cold winter that year. I asked my mom to hurry and unlock the door. I needed to run in and run my hands under some water, and I would be right back down to help her. I got to the top of the stairs and saw a gray flash go behind the refrigerator. And the first thought that popped in my mind was, oh, the cousin's here already, and was going to jump out and say, boo. It didn't turn out that way. Behind the refrigerator came a frizzy-headed man in a gray sweatshirt with his pistol pointed at me. I assumed that he would want to just rob us and be on his way. As soon as my mom came to the top of the stairs out from the back bedroom, another robber with thick Coke bottle glasses on was pointing a gun at my mother. My mom was saying to him, what is it you want? Why are you here? I'll give you...
And I go, well, there they are again. I was walking up to the car as they were pulling out. And I was actually looking in the back, and I think I seen Lene in the back. I waved my hands again. I go, stop.
I knew that if we were to call out or ask, plead for help, or act like we knew Randy, that Randy would be shot as well. So he was waving his arms, and my sister and I just pretended we didn't know who he was.
The car just drove right by me. I knew something's wrong. I don't think it was a minute. I seen another snowmobile come up with this person on it, and I look, and I go, oh, there's no coat on, and no gloves, no helmet, and I go, wow, who is this? And I look, and I go, oh my God, it's my brother, Rolf. And his face is just huge and full blood, and just big. His eyes swelled shut, blood sickles, because it was cold. He was in really bad shape, and he says, I've been shot, my wife has been killed, and my daughters have been kidnapped. I start heading down the canyon as fast as I could. I'm in panic, Rolf's in the back, full of blood, laying on the back seat. 20 years ago, your cell service did not work up there whatsoever in that canyon. And I kept trying and trying and trying. There are two things on my mind. Save the girls, get him onto life flight. I come up to the back of the Lincoln. I know the girls were kidnapped. I know the guys that got guns in the car there. I'm going, what do I do? Do I run them off the road? Still trying to call out on the mobile. And my mobile kicked in. I got 911. She says, tell me what direction they're going. We got police, we got people in the area. I go, well, they're turning on the road, they're heading towards Camas. I go, I need a helicopter, and the phone went dead. I pulled in the gas station, went over to the payphone, and got 911 back on the phone again. And I go, guys, I need a helicopter.
Coming from one wall across the stairwell into the other wall, there was blood smear on the wall. It looked like a bloody hand had wiped down the wall. And it almost looked like a mini war zone. There was two bodies. I checked for a pulse, but I knew in my mind they was deceased. I actually walked into the smoke
life whatsoever. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it in his countenance. From the moment we saw him to the last time we saw him in court, he just had this air about him of anger and zero remorse.
Taylor opted to go to sentencing in front of a jury instead of in front of a judge. The jury sentenced him to a death sentence for both murders. So he has 2 death sentences.
I felt relieved that Taylor would be put to death for his crime. Justice had been served.